So what is cooking? I know I look like hell. I don't feel good. My liver is being mean to me. So what am I cooking? What do you think? It is organic coffee. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to... I don't want it to boil over. This has happened before. So I just take it away a little and turn it down. So, what you do is you take a pot of water. You can either go, this is a little pot for me. Usually I do a big old pot and I pre-can my coffee for coffee enemas. What does that mean? I make my coffee. I put it in canning jars while it's boiling hot. Put the lids on, and then they self-seal. So I thought this was crazy. Honestly, I did. But when you're told you're dying, you're like, I'm going to try anything to live. So one of my friends told me about Gerson therapy, and she sent me a link, and I bought some books, and Gerson actually has a place that if you're rich, well, you don't have to be rich. If you have a couple thousand extra dollars, I forget how much. It's been a while. It's up there. It might be like 6,000. It could be 3,000. I don't remember. Anyway, Gerson therapy is a therapy of a lot of juicing and eating a certain way and organic coffee enemas. Now, I know it sounds disgusting. And I thought to myself, I'll try it, but it'll just never be something. I'm just going to try it because my friends told me his wife had, she still has cancer. It moves around. Anyway, his wife has cancer. And she has been doing this for quite some time. And I think they pretty much attribute the fact that she is still with us to the Gerson therapy. Among other holistic-y type therapies that have been piled on as well. But don't shrug this off. Number one, it does not affect your heart. Like some people, when I had talked to some people a while back, their fear was, well, the caffeine is going to bother my heart. Like, I can't drink coffee. It's totally different. You're not going to get the same effect from drinking it as you are from doing an enema with it. So I'll get into it all, but just don't discount this, because I know people who do enemas daily that in a million years I would have never thought that they do this stuff. And I actually saw like a show on TLC once where somebody was addicted to this. I can imagine, I can see an addiction. I mean, they were addicted because they were stupid about it. But I can see an addiction, I wouldn't even call it an addiction, but it makes you feel good, makes you feel better. So if you want to call an addiction something that you keep going back to because you know it actually improves your life, I'm calling it an addiction. So what I do is I use organic coffee, either beans or ground. I have them both. If I'm in a hurry, I use my already ground. If I'm not, I grind some up. Then I put some Himalayan sea salt in it. You don't have to. I do because your body needs salt. And because of the stuff that's wrong with me, my body has a lot of trouble absorbing nutrients through my stomach because of all the birth defects. So I put a little bit of Himalayan salt in it. I'm going to keep my phone away from this thing, because if you were watching any of my a video I made with the coffee pot, my phone melted off the tripod and fell on the hot stove. So it's already not doing good since then, so I gotta be careful. So that's all you do. You just boil about 15 minutes. Boil it. And then turn it off. Turn it off and just let it cool. Yep, just let it cool. Now, you could just let everything kind of like go down to the bottom and scoop off the top. You could. Or you could have a fancy, and this is by no means fancy, you could have a fancy system that you rigged up, which is this. I have a container, I have a strainer, and I have a metal coffee filter. I just take that, I pour it in, and then my coffee is going to be in here. Now, if I was going to be canning coffee, do you get the pun? I could be canning it two ways. I could be canning it in the jars or canning it in my... my family's going to love me for this, but frankly, I don't care. Because it really does help. So back to that. You just take your coffee, pour it in, any kind of setup you can figure out, or let it sit and cool in the pot. Spoon off that top, and then be careful not to mix up the bottom where all the grinds are. But I do this. If I was going to can it, I would pour that immediately in there, and then get my canning jars, put that in, put a lid on. The heat automatically sucks the lid on. And then I keep them in the bathroom. And they're in the bathroom and they're there for me. Well, like today, I had to make my own. Not my own, but I had to make a fresh batch. I have been being really... I'm so uncoordinated with my camera today. I really, really, really need to buy a real camera for this if I just keep doing what I'm doing, because it's just need something better. I put these on tripods, but you know what I mean. So what was I saying? Oh, I've been being really, really bad about doing this. It's probably been a couple weeks, and I feel... It's been a couple weeks. I've gotten lazy with everything. I haven't been juicing. I haven't been doing anything for myself. I don't have a lot of stamina. I got stamina. I do got stamina, but I do a lot of sleeping. I don't know if it's the narcolepsy, or I think it's my liver that is just dragging me down. And then I had the 2 surgeries on my back. I think everything is just, my body is saying... So, I just want to say, don't discount the coffee enema. I know it sounds crazy. Do it. Don't tell anybody you're doing it. Because they're going to be like, when I first told people, they were like, that's disgusting. And all the coffee jokes kept coming at me about drinking coffee through my ass kind of thing. I mean, I was pummeled with coffee jokes. And I really didn't care, because it was giving me a better quality of life. Now, I need to get back into a rhythm of this, because if you knew me, you would look at me and see that I am not doing well. And 3 years ago, he told me a week to a month, Like, he didn't give me a long lifespan. Every time I go in, he's just like, I just can't believe you're just doing so good. You just keep doing what you're doing. So, that being said, I have not been keep doing what I'm doing, and I need to. I need to get back on a daily schedule of doing my enemas, juicing my carrots and my oranges and my apples and my celery and my greens. I don't know what happened where I just stopped everything. It's probably depression. Depression, we call it the depression monster in my family. Anyway, I gotta cut this short because that jingle bells. I gotta see if something important with my dad. So, but I'll get back to you later. Okay. Welcome. So the enema comes taken apart, like the picture that you saw in the beginning. Then you stick the little short tube in here. Personally, I buy one of these. They're replaceable, and then this way, you know, you can get rid of it when it gets old. Now this here, I've never used this, but this is a bulb, so you put it in here. It's like the kind you would buy in the store. Plop one of these babies on, or even this, and then just, but one thing you can do is, if you really get into this, and I never bought one, but they sell a coupling, so you can make a Y on the tube, and it's a little button, so that, let's say, and this is gross, let's say you have the tube in your butt, and it's not, the coffee's not flowing in, it means there's a clog. So if you had that coupling, you could hook up the little enema bulb to it and give it up, and it would blow it out. They also sell the coupling with the little thing, and you just push it, weep, weep, and it clears it. So I've never done that, but I mean, they have so much stuff for this. Like, you think people do this all the time? Yes. Now, I wanted to say one thing. I hate enema bags. Why? Because usually you can't clean them. But you see how big this opening is? Usually it's just a little tiny opening that you couldn't even fit your hand in. This one here, you're going to be able to keep clean. Which is the only reason I got it, because I thought, well, I can keep that clean. With the regular enema bags, the opening is like this big, and so you can't really get in there and take care of things. So the next thing you would do is, let me see, I'm going to take this and take this off and replace this here. This will be my coupling for that. And then that is how I'll use it. Coffee in there, that in my bum, good to go. I'll be back. I was squeezing this, I noticed there was something in it, and so inside was a surprise. This must be for your, you know, like a quickie enema shot. So that's pretty big. That's pretty big butt action there. I don't know. I'd have to be in desperate need. This is not for me. This is not what I need. I need something that goes up in there and gets rid of all the stuff that is stagnant in my body. This is just, let's say you were constipated and stuck there. I don't know. Gross, right? Anyway, I wanted to show you that I found that. Yes, there's my bra. It's like art there.